Welcome to this week's episode of What's Next. I'm joined by my guys. I'm Caleb Rosario, joined by my guys, Anthony Dawson, aka Antidote. How we feeling, Ant?
Yo, what's going
Rube,
on,
how we feeling,
fellas?
Rube? How we feeling,
Going
Rube?
on. Feeling good.
J Rob. For those that didn't watch last week's episode, this guy has a different background, and it's daylight out, considering this guy is in California. So back-to-back weeks, this guy's in a different state.
California love.
So, Jay, how are we feeling that you're on the West Coast yet again for the second time in maybe a month?
Hey, man, sun's out.
Yep.
No clouds, looking at a palm tree. Other than my bracket being absolutely train wreck, I can't complain.
I mean, that's 99% of everyone's bracket, so I get that. But this is gonna be a fun episode, man. Last week we put out that first episode. I'm glad for the support that we got on it. Everybody that tuned in and watched, got some good reviews back. But yeah, I mean, give yourself a little snap. But yeah, I mean, lots going on since last week. World Baseball Classic, March Madness started today. World Baseball Classic kind of stewing up some controversy, some debates. For those that don't watch baseball, still a great event to watch. It's one of the best sporting events, in my opinion, in the world. Happens every 4 years, so it's great when you see the best players in the world representing their country. But the debate is, should players be allowed to go and represent their country, or should the World Baseball Classic or Olympics, should that just be banned, considering a risk injury for a lot of players going into their professional seasons? Let me get y'all take on that. Anthony, what you think, bro?
So here's the way I see it. Like, these MLB players, NBA players, all right, they're getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars to play for these pro teams, right? So if I'm a GM, I'm paying somebody $45 million a year to play for my team. I'm not going to let him go play for his home country in the off season. I don't want that. Bad for business. Because if he gets hurt playing and he's out for the season, why am I paying him $45 million? He's not doing anything for me. And all I care about is my bottom line. Revenue. Revenue is going to be hurt, ticket sales, all that stuff. Because that guy's out. Everyone wants to come see that guy. That's why I'm paying him the big bucks. Paul George, for example, he breaks his leg in the Team USA scrimmage. Notice that when he broke his leg and all those guys saw that injury, a good amount of them just said, fuck this, I'm out of here. A lot of them just left. They was like, I'm good. Because at the end of the day, that's messing up your money. You break your leg, now you out, can't play, can't prove yourself on the court, field, etc. Now you're messing up your money. Now teams don't want to pay you because they're saying, oh, you got hurt doing this, doing that. Chet Holmgren's another one. He got hurt playing in a Pro-Am. Whole rookie year gone. Because he's playing in the Pro-Am. Wanted to go block a shot. He's probably done it a million times. Now, if he did it when he was at Gonzaga, before he got drafted, that's a whole other story. Because he's playing in college, he's trying to get drafted, up his draft stock. Draft stock was already solidified. He got drafted by the Thunder. The Thunder are waiting for him to come play with Shea, Josh Giddey, the whole crew. And then boom, he gets injured before he even gets to training camp. Played in the summer league and everything. Nothing happened. Now he's playing in this Pro-Am. LeBron's on the court too. Oh, I got to go get LeBron. LeBron's the GOAT. I got to go get him. I've looked up to this guy my whole life. I'm just going to play like I'm playing. And boom, he gets injured. Now his whole rookie year is gone. Just like that. And now the Thunder had expectations maybe to make the playoffs this year. Now they're just waiting for Chet. Now Shea can load manage because they don't really have any expectations. So I don't know. As the way I see it, if I'm thinking like a GM owner, I'm not letting these high profile guys go play for their home country. I mean, if I have another guy who's okay, he's pretty good, but he doesn't have that high profile status. I'm not paying him a bunch of money. I wouldn't really care if he went. Now, Mike Trout, no. You stay your ass here. You're hurt every year anyway. Why are you going to play more baseball? You don't even make it through the whole season. And we know we'll make the
Now,
playoffs because you're out.
you're looking at it through the mind of a GM, right? You're looking at it through the mind of your GM. Now,
Yep.
look at it for me. I look at it through the mind of a player, especially these players that come from these countries all the way over here to the U.S. to play. They leave their families. Now they get the chance to represent their country again. That gave them the shot to come over here. So I think it means more to those type of guys. Like it's once every 4 years, man. It's an opportunity of a lifetime that you get to in an event like this represent your country, and like you're one of the best players to ever come out of your country. I look at it through the mind of that type of. I look at it through that type of lens, right? Like if Puerto Rico gave me the shot to play for them, I'm taking it, no doubt about it. Now whether or not my team lets me, that's their decision, and I see what you're saying with that. I don't necessarily agree though. You know, at any point you can get hurt. At any point, no matter what. If this training at any point, what's the
More
name?
than, I'm saying more than half those guys go back to their country after the season anyway and go back and play. So
In winter ball,
yeah,
like they're playing the entire year, and the team doesn't say no to that. That they're doing it consistently every year. That these guys are playing 150, 155 in the big leagues, and then going to play another 60 in winter ball. That's upwards. That's more than 200 games a year that you're playing, and then you only get 1 month, 2 months to recuperate. The team never says anything about that, and an event that happens every 4 years, and you get to be proud and represent your country, have your country's name on your chest, and go win a World Baseball Classic. I think that's something that players should want to do. Look at the reason why no one's on the U.S. to win it all this year. None of the pitchers wanted to come and play. DeGrom, Scherzer, Verlander, Nola, Wheeler, nobody wanted to come pitch because of the reason that you're saying. Like, oh, it's gonna mess me up. What if I get hurt? Now, what if I'm done? But then you got guys like Trout, who was eligible twice already for the World Baseball Classic and said no because he was thinking what you were thinking. And then this year he changed his mind because he's like, this is an opportunity that I'm never going to get again. I have to take it.
Hey,
Even though he knows
his
he gets
ass
hurt.
gets hurt regardless. So
He does. He
he's a special case. He's gonna get hurt walking downstairs. He's hurt
Look
every
at
year.
look at Ohtani. Look at Ohtani.
I
Ohtani,
wouldn't let him go either. He does too much already for his
And
team.
he was throwing 102 last night.
He's pitching, hitting. No, you're doing that for the Los Angeles Angels. You're not doing that for Japan.
bro. But the thing
I'm not
is,
letting that happen.
he possibly could be the best player to ever come out of Japan. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
bro, that's bringing, and the World Baseball Classic brings so much exposure to baseball worldwide that it's not just a domesticated sport. Everyone knows that. The best players come from DR, from PR, from Venezuela. Like, yeah, there's obviously superstars in the US, but like, look at how many players come from out of here to come play here, and they're superstars. They take over the game. Like, this event has brought so much exposure to guys worldwide. Another perfect example, pitcher from Nicaragua. This guy is 21 years old, has never played for an MLB team before. Got signed when he was 16 and is only playing in Nicaragua in winter ball. He hasn't played anywhere else. Dude comes over here, faces Juan Soto, Machado, Julio Rodriguez, strikes out all three of them. An hour later, Tigers signed him. That's like an opportunity he wouldn't have gotten if he wouldn't have played here. It's just
but
like,
he's also not the big name stars that Ant's talking about.
I mean, like, I also think that, like, this World Baseball Classic has a chance to, like, elevate the game of baseball. Because, like, with all due respect, like, you know, we all appreciate the sport, but to others, like, baseball is, in their mind, a dying sport. And just like in soccer, like, it's every 4 years. So, like, for the players, it's, like, the biggest honor to wear your country on your chest and to play for them. And it's interesting because, like, you know, the players who care, I guess, more so about the money are all Americans. But, like, people who are most humble, like Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Venezuelans, Colombians, Mexicans, like, they straight up just want to play for their country. Like that's everything to them.
Mhm.
That matters.
Mhm.
And like I think GMs have to come to like this agreement that like this is part of the game. This is like no different than like anyone getting in a car accident and like breaking their leg and you're out like for 7 months of the season. Like this is no different. Like this is a part of the game. Like it's just that there's guaranteed money um that I think throws off a lot of the GMs to why they wouldn't want their players to go out and represent their country. But it's every 4 years. This is a different story. Like in soccer, for example, like they're playing, I think about as long of a season as baseball goes around, but like they do have like international breaks and international duties, what they actually call it. They have like, their South American or their like common bowl competitions in UEFA and Europe and Africa. And then every 4 years it's the World Cup. Like to them, like that matters. They want to be caught up. They want to represent. Like to them, like that money doesn't matter. It's about representation. And like
Yeah.
I think in terms of American viewpoint, that's where MLB fails. But like NBA also doesn't have a world classic. I mean, that's the Olympics. Same thing. I'm not even the same thing. The NFL, like that doesn't even exist. I don't. I'm not big on hockey, but like I'm not sure if that exists either in hockey. I know that's
No,
also in the Olympics,
it doesn't.
but it's
Yeah.
like baseball and soccer mainly. So I do find it very interesting how like there's controversy about this for baseball. But like for soccer, it's the highest honor. But I see it both ways. Like everyone wants to get into the MLB, and everyone knows how hard it was to make it there and what they had to leave behind. I'm talking about like, Europeans and Africans and South Americans and Latin and Central Americans. Like it's a big deal to them. People like Mike Trout, like he denied it for 2 years, twice at least, for
Twice,
8 years now. And I get
See,
it, but go ahead.
see, I think like in terms of that stuff, they should get the opportunity to guys who don't have the limelight. Guys that ain't Mike Trout, guys that ain't Juan Soto. These guys, they're already household names in their leagues. Like that pitcher you're talking about from Nicaragua. No one knew who the hell he was. Now he goes out there, he strikes out 3 guys who have names, and now people want to sign him.
But now if he strikes
More
out
guys like that
don't
should
have
be getting
names,
those
he doesn't
opportunities to
get that
play.
same offer.
I don't know about that.
He struck out Machado,
He
Soto.
struck out 3 of the best players in
Yes.
all of baseball.
But if he just strikes out like 3 like super minor league Puerto Ricans instead,
No one's doing that.
like it's just he won't get the same offer. Like sure,
No.
there would be scouts looking at him, but like it's not the same.
Bro.
Like that was immediate. Like all right,
So
like,
if they played the U.S.
Mhm.
and he struck out 3 MLB players who aren't on the superstar status level, but quality MLB players, you're telling me no one's gonna give him a look if he strikes out 3 of those guys?
Are you going?
in a
Are
row?
you going from where the U.S. current roster is like right now?
Bro, no one cares if you struck out Roman Quinn. No one's
No,
gonna care.
but what?
Yeah.
But what?
No,
I'm, but what
I
I'm
said
saying
quality
is,
MLB players. I did not
No.
say one tool guys.
No. But what I'm saying is, you're asking that question? Are you asking that question and refers to the U.S. lineup the way it is right now, like this current USA lineup? If he was to strike out that USA lineup,
No,
whoever's
he's not
on there,
talking about those guys. He's talking about like
no, he's talking about like
I'm just talking about like a quality MLB baseball player, U.S. baseball player.
He would never get that opportunity. He would never get that opportunity. And if he was to go and strike out Roman Quinn or just a guy who's just a guy, no one's looking at. They're like, awesome. Everyone struck out Roman Quinn. No one cares. You struck out Juan Soto, Machado, and Julio Rodriguez. Like, those are 3 MVP caliber players. He wouldn't have got that opportunity if he wouldn't have came here. That's what I'm saying. Like, look at the talent that's on these rosters, bro. They're all of them are superstars. But no one's gonna care if he goes and strike out some minor league guy or like some major league guy who just came up. Doesn't just like a guy who comes in to pinch in every once in a while. No one's gonna care. They're like, all right, cool. He did what he was supposed to do. He throws 94 miles an hour and throws an 89 miles an hour slider. Who cares?
Don't
That's
don't
why. That's why I said. That's why I said a quality player, not some not a situational guy.
Damn,
Like,
You know
running
what I
point
mean?
catching hella strays. It's crazy. It's so
I'm trying not to
wild.
use his name because I don't even give a fuck about him. But I'm just saying, just a quality baseball player
I
that
honestly
is
don't.
from the U.S.
I
He
honestly
strikes
don't.
out three of those three guys just like that in a row.
No,
I
I
really don't.
really,
He
I
gets
really
no
don't think so.
looks.
I
No
I
really
really
looks.
don't think
no,
so.
Zero looks.
no. By saying no looks is crazy because like there will obviously be people looking and watching these games, but like when you do strike out legendary players, quality MVP caliber players, it's a totally different
Bro,
story. Like
he got
that's why
signed
there's
an hour
leagues.
after.
Like again, I always go back to soccer because I do think mainly like a lot of American sports should really adapt to like European, like not trying to bring anything into it, but like politics in terms of like sporting. But like there's reasons why like Argentinian leagues and like the MLS and America and like, you know, smaller countries in Europe, like those players aren't quality. Like they will play and they'll like play exceptional, but like they won't get caught up or they won't really get looked at. Super rare of that. And like those that do get looked at, it's like an immediate like I'm snatching you and I'm taking you out right away because you're just too good for this competition. Like that won't happen in baseball. That just won't happen.
No, I won't. You're right.
If everyone is bang average playing this World Series, like you're just striking out bang average people. Like you won't know who's exceptional because you have a
Exactly.
bang average pitcher pitching at you. You don't have a chance to go up against absolute quality. Like, for example, and again, like Cristiano Ronaldo played for like a small team in Portugal, and he went up against Manchester United and completely dominated them. And then he ended up getting signed. Like, if that doesn't happen, Ronaldo isn't who Ronaldo is now. If everyone is average in baseball in that World Series, you don't know who's going to be that standout player because pitching is pitching at average. I mean, average is pitching at average in that aspect, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Like you
100%.
don't know who's
I
hitting you.
agree. Yeah,
Like
I agree.
Ronaldo, as a 17-year-old, just a fast and talented winger, was able to showcase his talents to like the biggest club in Europe at the time.
Right.
Dominated them. So
Right.
what happened? Like next year, he was out of there. Went to Manchester United. Went to Real Madrid.
I feel like that's a little bit different though because that's like an actual like European club. You know what I mean? Like like you're saying, all that stuff over there in Europe is solidified. Like these guys that have that schedule set already, they playing whoever they play. Right? It's not every 4 years that Cristiano Ronaldo goes up against Manchester United like that.
All
It
right,
can happen every year. He has
another
that opportunity
example,
every
like
year.
in 2014, because I'm Colombian, a guy called James Rodriguez, 2014, absolutely lit up the World Cup. The guy played in an actual small team in Portugal, and next thing you know, like lit up the World Cup. He wasn't the best player, but he was the top scorer. Messi was the best player that year. Took Colombia all the way from a team that actually really shouldn't have been there to the quarterfinals, losing to Brazil on a crazy free kick. And after that, he was signed directly to Real Madrid. And then he went to Bayern Munich in Germany, won the Champions League, came back to Madrid, won the Champions League, and then finally, like, he's just doing the rest of his career how it is. So that's every 4 years. There's examples of that. That does happen.
Jay, what's your take on this?
I see both perspectives. I don't want my guy to get hurt, you know, but at the same time, it is just 1 out of 4 years. The risk is not high, and I think it's just like what happened to Diaz, man. That's just a freak injury. Like it was after the game, they were celebrating. Like it's not like it was during the game. It's not like he got Tommy John because he was throwing fumes. It happened after the game, so. I mean,
Yeah.
I can see both sides.
I just don't like this stuff because they play all these games, right? They play in these games now. Then when the season comes, they try to use this shit as excuses as to why, oh yeah, this guy's had a lot of wear and tear on his body. Let's let him miss these games so he's fresh. So don't fucking play in the fucking World Baseball Classic.
What
Well,
they did
One out of 4
was
years ago, man. Like
it's
you,
one,
like,
bro.
if
It's
that
every
happens, it
4
is once
years.
every 4 years.
No one's ever complained
Like
about the
people
FIFA
do
World
get
Cup.
injured. It is a part of the game. It
Bro,
just
yeah, that's what, no one's ever complained about the FIFA World Cup before. No one's ever said this about the FIFA World Cup.
funny enough, that same game, Colombia lost to Brazil. Like Neymar was injured, like with a back like break.
He's another one. You just
Yeah,
naming guys that
of
get
course,
injured
sure,
every
he's
year.
injury
So I
prone.
mean,
But like
it doesn't even
yo,
fucking
at the
matter.
World Cup,
Neymar has
remember
a
when
injury where he's
Cody
out for
Bellinger got
4
hurt
months every year.
but it happens. Happens to anyone. I just used Neymar because it was just fresh in my brain. Ronaldo in the final against France, same thing. Ronaldo was out 1 minute into the final.
Wasn't it Cody Bellinger that got hurt celebrating?
Bro, Cody Bellinger hit a go-ahead home run, comes around, does his celebration that he's done hundreds of times, hits dude right here in his forearm, and he's out the next game because of a forearm stroke.
No one in the game after that was like, "Yo, we gotta stop celebrating."
No one's like, "Bro, stop celebrating."
It might hurt us. Like,
and it's not like, look, Edwin Diaz, that strikeout, whatever. Like, it wasn't like it was the championship and they dogpiled on him and got him hurt. Bro, they're just lightly jumping around and he just took a bad step. Like, it's just a freak accident. Like, that's how I see it. And it's like what they did to prevent injury for Edwin Diaz, like specifically Edwin Diaz, what the Mets did. I don't want him pitching on back-to-back games. And Puerto Rico respected that. That's exactly what they put the restriction on him. I don't want Edwin Diaz to pitch back-to-back games. Of course, you're going to respect that. Juan Soto, Dominican Republic, I don't want him playing back-to-backs. And then Padres manager, they said, you know what? His leg is fine. Let him rock. Because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, man. Like, this just doesn't come around. Like, this isn't like it was, if it's an every year thing and cool and guys are consistently getting, I understand where you guys are. Like,
how often are you going to?
Yeah, there's not other competitions. It's just the World Cup and then the regular season.
That's coming right behind you that may take your spot, and you don't have that opportunity anymore.
The shortstop for Dominican Republic 4 years ago was Jose Reyes. Now it's Jeremy Pena. Like, bro, like Cano was the second baseman, and Cano got one at bat for Dominican Republic this time.
You don't know how long you'll be this good, and
bro, you don't know if an injury derails your career and you can't even represent your country anymore after that.
Yeah.
Like when you,
all I'm saying is, if you're gonna play in this shit, then when the season comes, don't ask for days off. When playoff season is at line,
I do agree with that.
I agree 100%.
Like in the basketball, we got these guys that will play in the Olympics, and then they come in the regular season and say, "Oh, I need a week off." Why do you need a fucking week off? Take the off season.
The manager can really determine that.
It doesn't make sense.
Like
now we got
that. I do understand.
We got fucking Anthony Davis. They saying he can't play in back-to-backs when playoff season is at risk. Why? Yeah. You didn't do anything the whole off season. You were rehabbing. So what are we talking about? I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. I really don't understand that stuff. It's just low management shit and dudes sitting out regular season games to help you for playoff seeding. It doesn't make sense.
Players really
that stuff doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
These leagues for sure.
What we got next, man?
Oh, look at he's here. He is here. Give it a round of applause. Rory Woods is in the chat. He's connecting to the audio. There he is. Give it up for Rory Woods, the guy who will be late to his own funeral. You know that's gonna happen. But give it up for him. He's here.
You're muted, Rory.
Yeah, Rory, we can't hear the words you're saying, brother.
Late as hell.
You're gonna come in late, you might want to get it right.
No, it's fat as shit. God, I'm struggling. Don't mute yourself, man.
Anyway, like we were saying, until he gets his audio situation corrected, we ain't waiting on him. But no, I see both sides. If I was the GM, maybe I'd be thinking a little bit differently. But me playing baseball, me knowing what it means to a lot of these guys, I think this is something that I take full advantage of. And I would like if an organization tells me, no, you can't go, I'm fighting as much as I can with them about that.
I'm not saying that if it really means that much to you, by all means, go for it. But when the season comes, do not come to my office asking me for days off.
Agreed.
I'm not listening to you.
That I agree with.
Because you could have took those days off in the off season. Yeah. You were doing you're playing in the World Baseball Classic. You were playing in the Olympics. Yeah. You were playing for your country. right? So
I
don't
hate
ask
I
for days
hate
off now.
I hate load management in any sport to begin with. Like, dude, if you are healthy to play, you play. There's people out there, and Anthony Edwards said it best, and multiple people have said this before. Kobe said it before too.
Kobe Bryant.
You never know who's coming to look at you, man. Like a little kid might have been like, "Yo, this is the first game I'm coming to. I'm coming to see you. I'm here to see you," and you just sitting out because you don't want to play on a back-to-back. Come on, man.
Yeah, I heard like 4 superstars get the same story because it's facts. Shaq,
It's facts, man.
Jordan.
That shit don't make no sense. And I agree with Dame. Dame went on an interview. He was with JJ Redick talking about it. He was like, yeah, especially he's talking about the NBA specifically. He was saying, I don't know this new NBA. Dudes just doing whatever they want. These guys coming in on new teams. They think they run the show already. They acting different
How
now.
many
There's no
players back
vets.
then set out because they trying to get a better contract or they trying to get paid? What do you mean you're sitting
Like,
out?
yeah, there's
It's
no.
guys
How does that make
die.
sense?
There was
It's
no
guys
Kawhi
who would die
Leonards.
to be in your position to play the game you're playing at the highest level in front of millions of people, and you telling me you don't want to play because you want a better situation for yourself?
And then the
Why
GMs that
don't you play
capitulate
to get
that
your
shit.
stock up?
The GMs that capitulate that shit they're just as bad. The Clippers
How
go out of
are
their
you getting your
way.
stock up by not playing?
Yeah. The Clippers go out of their way to trade for Kawhi Leonard, and then they let this guy just sit out 3/4 of the season, like half the season. Oh yeah, he can't play back to backs. We're managing his knee. Blah blah blah. His ass gets hurt in the playoffs anyway. What the fuck were you load managing for? It's for no reason. Play the games. Get a better seed. So you're playing lesser competition in the playoffs. Then you can rest them in the playoffs when you up 30. But now you playing for your fucking life because he sat out 35 games.
Because you got no legs and your body is not used to it anymore.
Exactly.
So
Sitting out
now
games does not help you when it matters most. In the playoffs, the intensity is at the highest. If you didn't prepare yourself, how are you going to be ready for that?
There's only one way to get in shape. It's to play the game. Like you play the game. That's what gets you in shape. Sitting down ain't gonna do anything. You getting shots up isn't gonna do anything.
I always hated that shit with the Sixers. They're doing that shit with Embiid. They scared he's gonna get hurt. Play the fucking game. If he gets hurt playing, that's fine. But you can't send him out games because you're scared. You can't not play back to backs, this and that. Oh, we're worried about his foot. If his foot's actually hurt, tell his ass to sit down. Don't play him one game, send him out two. He'll play this game, this and that. Now there's no rhythm within the team with him on the court. And then once the playoffs comes, he's playing every game because every game is every other day. He's not ready for that. And then he gets hurt. And now it's, we lost because Embiid got hurt. And then next year we do the same thing. And then the same thing happens. So I don't know.
Warriors.
Can't hear you.
We can hear you.
Nah, I can hear you. Fat ass nose.
Okay, what's your take on it, Rory?
He wasn't in for the first question.
On this is what I'm saying on load management. Yeah.
Like you were saying, like it doesn't help you preparing for the season, bro. Like when crunch time is there, like playoffs, when it's you have to win, bro, your body's not gonna fail you at the time you need it the most. That's how I feel. That's in general with any sport, I feel like.
Nope.
I agree.
Kawhi dumbass felt that shit the other year.
Bro, Kawhi the biggest, he the thief. He the biggest thief of the league. People talk about Kyrie, but nah, Kyrie wanna play.
But that's what I'm talking about though. You can't do things for your country, right? We'll go back to this. You can't want to play for your country, right? But then when it comes down to it, now I want my actual team to pay me this money because I'm this good. But at the same time, I'm not going to play every game. I'm going to pick and choose when I want to sit out and this and that. So I'm ready for blah, blah, blah. No. If you can play for your country and represent your country and you want the money, you got to play when it matters most too.
And like I said, players should never have to say, you're getting paid to play. That's it. That's it.
We are paying the players by coming to the games.
Exactly.
Yeah, how many times can you like call out of work?
before you get fired.
So you
Yeah.
get you
Yeah,
get like
not a lot.
3 maybe.
Maybe 3.
I wish like, first responders could say, I don't really feel like, going to that. My back hurts, like,
Yeah, that shit don't make no
come on.
sense. I
Like,
don't
I wish
understand that
teachers
shit.
could say, I got a headache. I'm gonna just take a week off.
Nah, don't work like that, bro.
Yeah, man. I
Like,
mean, like
life don't work like that. Like, it just doesn't.
yeah,
You
like
just
these
take
guys
off
are
whenever
getting
you want.
And
paid.
it shouldn't for anyone else. It doesn't matter what status you are. It shouldn't.
Exactly.
If
You're
you
like,
could
yo,
show
you're
up,
making millions of dollars to play
yeah.
a child's game.
When you
You're
have
making
a
millions
big,
of dollars.
No,
when
no, no,
artists have
no,
concert
no,
dates,
no.
like they got to show up for that date no matter what. They can't just postpone a date because they have a sore throat. That doesn't work like that.
I know.
They go, they have their tour dates at the beginning of the year and they go on no matter what.
Yeah.
Like granted, Justin Bieber, he had something that was completely different. He actually had I forget, what was it again?
And the
Yeah,
illness
he
that
had
he
like
had.
some dysphoria.
Yeah, that he
Yeah,
really couldn't.
Yeah.
But other than that, like you can't just say, my knee isn't feeling good, so I can't dance tonight. Chris Brown.
Imagine
Right.
Chris Brown canceling one of his shows. Like, yo, yeah, I have a sore knee. Let me not go dance in Paris
Bro,
tonight.
y'all
What?
remember when 2 Chainz, he broke his leg? He still was performing at concert. Cuz was on stage in a
Hey,
wheelchair.
you want the bread? You gotta go get it. This
'Cause
shit
it's
ain't gonna
facts.
get handed to you for
Facts,
doing
bro.
nothing.
So
Hell
why
no.
athletes, like, I feel like they like kind of like finessing us, bro. Like,
Spoiled.
they
They're
like,
spoiled.
bro, a
They're
lot of
spoiled.
these athletes
If
are
you
protesters, bro.
and if you're gonna sit
Even
out,
even the ones that want to get traded, bro, they not even going to play. I don't like that.
How do
don't
you
like that
up
at
your
all.
trade value by not playing?
I don't
you
like
don't,
that.
Like, how does that work?
hey,
you don't.
y'all
Now
speaking the
look at
truth,
Ben
man.
Simmons.
And then, but that's what I'm saying. Oh, Ben Simmons, perfect example. He's a perfect example. Since out the whole year. Oh, I still want my money. You didn't play.
Shit,
Talking about?
AD too.
Like if you don't play, you don't get paid. That's how this shit go.
Bro,
There's no
who is-
That's how it
guarantee.
is in
I don't
your
like this
life.
guaranteed
Like-
money shit. Dudes
But
getting
then- in your
guaranteed
life.
contracts for
Bro.
what? You're not playing. Why are you How are you entitled to that money that you did not play for? You
Yeah,
did
you
not
didn't work
hold
for it.
up
You
your
didn't
end of
work
the deal.
for it.
Yeah, you did not hold up your end of the deal.
You out here on the bench like this.
That's like us. That's like us not going to work for 2 weeks, but still expecting that check.
That's exactly what it
Like
is. And,
what?
But they don't
They
think
gonna
like
look at us
that.
like we're crazy.
Yeah.
on an hourly rate.
Yeah, I worked 80 hours the last 2 weeks. Pay me.
Yeah, what?
Where were you at for 2 weeks? Oh nah, I had this. I still get that bread though, right? Nah, fuck out of here.
Nah, Zeke, you come back tomorrow.
That's what, bro.
You
They
get
don't
paid
think
when
like
you
that.
show
Like,
up.
that goes into the conversation that we had the other day. Like, and some of us had kind of different takes on it, bro. Like, you as an athlete, what happened to the fact that like it is about money. It is about money. You want to get your money. You want to be financially stable for the rest of your life. I understand that. Great, awesome, cool. When it comes to this, you're not playing. So why should you get paid? And two, why are you gonna force a team, right? I don't know if it's a different circumstance, but you're gonna force a team to pay you more money, like you just because you had one good season. You're gonna force them to pay you more money. And then what happens a lot of times when they get this money? They back off. They stop working. They go down the drain. And it happens. And I see it in baseball every year. Every year I see it in baseball. When Cano got that $300 million contract for Seattle. Bro, he was an all-star every year with the Yankees. He gets that joint from Seattle, gets fat, doesn't
Then he
hustle
wasn't.
first base anymore.
Then he gets suspended for almost a year.
2 years for
Two.
for steroids. Twice, 2 separate times. Like, it happens every time. Miguel Cabrera, what happened when I love Miguel Cabrera? Got fat. Pablo Sandoval got fat. Doesn't want to practice anymore. They paid this man $250 million. He came in 80 pounds overweight to spring training.
They still want that check though. And
80
you still want to cut that check, or else they gonna sue your ass.
He couldn't even play third base anymore. Like, they had to put him as a DH. They're paying him $37 million a year to play DH.
Look at Dak.
Look at. Oh, I mean, he just bunned. So we ain't gonna talk about that. He just sucked.
Yeah, what you talking about? You mean
sucks.
Zeke? That was Zeke.
That
Zeke
was
got
Zeke.
that bread and came in out of shape.
Yeah,
Zeke got the bread, came in out of shape.
Dak works hard.
James
Yeah,
Harden.
Yeah.
Harden,
He
yeah.
was doing all the
I meant
time.
Zeke. I meant Zeke. My bad.
Yeah, I hope you do because like
He
that.
was just trying to throw some strays at Dak. I'm all for it.
Nah,
Though.
I'm
I
nah,
all
hate
for
that.
that. I'm cool with that.
We could throw
he's
strays
already
at Dak.
he's already trash. So I mean, he gets strays coming at him himself.
That's the thing. Like Dak, I credit him off. Like he's a hard worker, but he sucks. So it's not like you know, like
Man, sometimes when
Yeah, he say he sucks. He's a hard worker, but he
like
just
come on, like
sucks.
we gonna be real
man.
here.
But sometimes talent, you need the talent.
So, like you can work hard, but sometimes bro, that talent you gonna need it. Like you gonna need it at some point. Like the quote don't say without talent, even if you work hard, you're gonna be good. I don't say that. I don't say that.
Hey, we talking about Dak now. You might as well talk about this free agency.
That's
Shit,
a great
a lot of shit
segue.
going
That's a
on.
great segue. So us being Eagles fans, except the one that's named Roy that came here late. He's a Giants fan. Don't let him fool you.
You know, he did have an
Catch
Eagles
up.
hoodie on.
Oh
on
yeah,
the
we're
first
gonna
podcast.
expose that. He was at every Eagles tailgate that we went to this year, cheering
Y'all
on the
got,
Eagles.
y'all got no
He had
proof.
the
Y'all
dog
got no
mask.
proof.
Oh, we
Yeah.
don't got proof.
You were
This
in
guy,
the Eagles
that
hoodie
guy Roy is
episode.
crazy. He's crazy. I'll be standing next to him during these events, and he'll just be whispering in my ear, "Damn, you see that Giants play? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Don't tell no one. I'm a Giants fan. I'm still a Giants fan. I just ain't saying nothing right now." I'm like, all right, we gonna see
already
Listen,
38-7.
listen, bro.
Never
Listen,
believed
bro.
him. Not
Listen,
one
listen, bro.
time.
Listen. Y'all ain't being this year. That's all I gotta say. Y'all not.
What?
Bro, y'all not, bro. We got Darren Waller, bro. It's up, bro. It's up.
Kind of blocker.
Forget about it.
Yeah, there you go. There
Bro,
you
we're
go.
good,
You
Yo,
bro.
got
if
there's another guy
We got
who's
Danny
missed more
250.
games
if
than
y'all
played
take
the last
one
3
game,
years.
Thank you.
There's another one. He gonna
Darren
be
Waller
out
was on the
again.
field.
Can't wait for that.
Bro.
if y'all take
Better-
one game,
I hope your second
wait
string
at
tight end
I
gets
will
some
wait
work.
at the pub and beg like I'm homeless for $20.
I want you to run down Broad Street.
What's the bet here? What's the bet here?
I said if they
Nah,
take one
that's not the
game,
bet. I don't want that bet.
I
want you to run
will
down Broad
wait
Street
at
butt
the
naked.
pub stoplight all day until I gain
That's too
$20.
light. That's too light. That's too light. You need to run down
You
Broad
gonna
Street
act
with your
homeless
drawers
for
on.
a day? You
Until
for
I
one day?
get
Run down Broad Street
$20.
with your drawers
Nah,
on.
a whole
You gotta
day is
run down Broad Street with
crazy.
your drawers
Rory,
on.
Roy.
No. What?
That's a great bet right. I ain't say I was gonna do it, but that's a great bet right
No,
there.
I want him to be on the Phillies Eagles joint running down Broad Street butt naked or something.
Oh,
Nah. I
I
don't
mean,
want to
Roy,
get
No. You have to
Roy,
wear a
what did y'all
Giants
do this
jersey running.
offseason?
Bro,
What
we
did
did a
y'all do
lot,
this
bro.
offseason
We
other
did
than
a lot,
Darren
bro.
Waller? What do y'all do?
Bro, we don't lose in Super Bowl. So when we get to Super Bowl, we actually win.
Darren
you gotta
Waller,
get there.
Darren
Y'all
Waller, and what
fool.
else?
Bro, we
Darren
good,
Waller and what
bro.
else?
Bro, we good, bro.
Bro, I'm talking about
Stay in
right now.
touch.
I don't give a
We
damn about
good. We
y'all
good.
past
We
Super
good.
Bowls. I
We
want to know what
good,
y'all
bro.
did.
We
Y'all
good,
did
bro.
this offseason so far.
Daniel
We did a
You gave
lot.
Jones. You
Daniel
gave him
Jones
more money.
$45 million.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Danny 2 feet.
You don't even believe this.
all right. Back to free agency.
I got no
What?
choice. I got no choice.
Yeah,
choice.
we
See, no,
gonna
he still didn't answer my
disregard with that
question.
shit.
What other
Yeah.
moves did y'all make other than Darren Waller?
Bro, we did a lot.
What did y'all
bro.
do?
Bro,
They
stop
don't-
worrying
Who
about
did
my
y'all
team.
acquire? Who
Stop
did
worrying
y'all
about my
acquire?
team. Stop worrying about my team. Stop
Who
worrying
did
about
y'all
my team,
acquire?
bro. Bro, we
Do
just
you
picked up
know? Do you
Campbell.
even
We just
know
picked
who
up
you guys
Campbell.
acquired
We
other
just
than
picked
Darren
up
Waller?
Campbell
They picked
today.
up
We just picked
Paris
up Campbell
Campbell.
today. We
The
just
So y'all
picked
picked
numbers
up
up
say
today.
Paris Campbell, so y'all still don't
Yes,
have a
we
wide
just got
receiver
him today.
one.
He's a wide receiver 2 on the
bro.
Colts. What are we talking about?
So y'all still don't have a wide receiver one,
Bro,
right?
we're good, bro.
Oh, y'all good?
Worry about your team. Worry about your
All
team.
I'm proud
I'm
of my
on
team.
9-8 again.
9-8 again. Not even get to the playoffs this time.
9-8.
You're not even the best team in your own stadium. Like, what are you talking about?
We just picked
We
up
are.
somebody today, man. Let's call
We
him.
are.
His name is
We are.
Greedy.
Greedy.
Greedy
Welcome.
Williams.
Welcome,
Nah,
baby, to the Birdcage.
How do you guys feel going into free agency? Us being Eagles fans, we were kind of skeptical here at Lisa House, and I'm still not convinced yet because I still want CJ Gardner-Johnson to be signed. That's like my main priority right now on that defense. Jalen's gonna get his money. That's just it's gonna happen. They cleared up cap space. They got rid of they signed Bradbury, but they got rid of a few guys. TJ Edwards, Kazir White, both gone. Both our linebackers are gone, which means
Great.
Nakobe Dean's gonna be starting at linebacker this year. Hargrave's
Marcus
gone.
Epps.
Yeah.
Epps gone. That's a lot. That's a lot of starters that were gone on our defense. But the good thing that Howie Roseman has done over the years is build within the trenches and build within and getting guys that are ready after a couple of years. It's like they having these guys trained. So Milton Williams is going to be up in
Out with the old and with the new.
That's and
Yeah,
the problem is after last Super Bowl, the Super Bowl that we won in 2018, that Super Bowl, we got old very quickly after that. And we had an awful year in 2020 because of that reason. Howie Roseman, in my mind, is like, we're not letting that happen again. So if these guys want to ask for too much money, fine. Hargrave is what, 30 years old, 31 years old? Like, now Milton Williams, who's what, 26, 27? Maybe younger than that? Coming in to play another 5-6 years, hopefully, God willing, he's with injury. We signed Fletcher Cox to a 1-year deal. He still is an anchor on that D. He has 7 sacks this year. Had a kind of resurgence after not doing anything the last couple of years. Still got Hassan Reddick. Still got Josh Sweat. They locked up. Don't worry about them. We got N'Kobe Dean now. He learned behind TJ Edwards for a year. And every chance he got in there, he made plays. At cornerback, we still got the best cornerback duo in the league now. We restructured Darius Slay's contract. So I think we've made every move that we were supposed to make besides.
And we have drafts.
And we have draft capital, 2 first-round picks. Yeah. That just doesn't happen after a team that just went to the Super Bowl. And we're within a quarter of winning it. You don't see that. Howie Roseman is like, I'm not making that same mistake that I made in 2017 and the years after. We're not going to get old quick. If these guys want to ask for too much money, let them walk. I got guys that are going to be coming in willing to take a pay cut like Fletcher Cox. Bradbury and Slay, we were expecting Bradbury to ask for all his money. He took a pay cut to be here. Slay took a pay cut to be here. The guys want to be a part of a winning culture, and that's important. And there's one man that's not one man, but there's a man that is one of the main reasons that culture is the way it is in Philly, and that's number 1, Jalen Hurts, the best quarterback in the NFC. There's no debate in that. He's the best quarterback in the NFC. He's a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. I don't want to hear anybody saying anything. You guys come to me in my DMs. I don't care about any of that. He's the number 1 quarterback in the NFC, top 3 quarterback, and I think. Besides Patrick Mahomes, ain't nobody I'm taking over him. So, how do you guys feel? Starting with, how do you guys feel about the move so far? We can't talk about the future because we don't know. But how do you feel so far about what the Eagles have done in free agency?
Listen, I don't know why I doubted Howie, but it was scary. It was scary. We seen all these guys, leaving, and we're like, "Yo, what the hell are we doing?"
That's exactly what we said. We're like, what is going on right now?
What the hell are we doing? But man, Howie, I think it was the Houston game when he came out, and I forget who they wanted. Who did they check on that poster? But he came down and he was talking trash with a fan. He was like, "I got you the Super Bowl. What else do you want from me?"
And now, the thing is, he built 2 Super Bowl teams in 5 years.
Yeah, that's the same. With 2 different quarterbacks.
With 2 different quarterbacks and head coaches.
With three. Wentz, Nick, Jalen.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, like, you don't see that. Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl, and now you got Nick Sirianni, who we were in, like, you never see that. So, to me, Howie Roseman is the best GM in football and has been over the past 5 seasons. We had a very rough patch in 2020. We did. Carson Wentz was like literally brutal.
Awful.
It's just something about drafting. He's just not he's just a little shaky with drafting. That's the only thing.
Sure, but he's drafted well within the trenches. Now, when it comes to knocking,
I was about to say,
yeah.
He drafts linemen very. We draft linemen very well, offensive
on both sides of the ball.
Linemen.
Yeah, I meant yeah.
Skill when it comes to is a whole nother.
When it comes to home run misses like Justin Jefferson, that's a however, made up for it with drafting Devontae. We traded for AJ. So I'm not necessarily mad now. I was pissed off.
No, I'm still mad. No,
I'm not though. I'm not because if we get Justin Jefferson, we don't get Devontae. We don't
need Devontae if we get Justin Jefferson.
But we wouldn't have had AJ.
No,
we don't need either one of them.
If we had Justin Jefferson, you think that that's not an issue?
Well, if we get
No.
You think
Justin,
AJ
if we have
you
Justin
think AJ would
Jefferson
still be
on a rookie
possible?
deal, we can still get AJ Brown if we want him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know.
Why
Maybe I
not?
just don't know.
Justin
I don't
Jefferson's
know.
on a rookie. Well, he's on a rookie deal.
I
Just
don't know,
trade
man.
for him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Listen, like I'm not as mad now as I was, before we got AJ. But
Agreed.
it was brutal. It was tough.
I mean, first of all, but first of all,
JJ
once he
on
drafted
Sunday.
Rager, and we all saw Rager was ass, he had no choice but to draft Devontae
We
Smith.
didn't.
If he didn't draft
Agreed.
Devontae
Rager was
Smith,
ass.
we would have all went down to wherever the fuck he lives and burned that shit to the ground because he's crazy.
We did not need to see Rager's ass.
He
We
went
knew
to
once we
TCU.
called his name and he was from TCU. We were like, "What the hell? Who the hell?"
Exactly.
Is this?
But that's what I'm saying. I'm still mad at that. How do you look at Justin Jefferson's tape and Jalen Rager's tape and say we're gonna draft Jalen Rager, especially with the wide receiver room the way it already was?
Hey, let's you.
What the hell is Jalen Rager gonna do? He ain't good.
I think it was mainly just speed at the time, right?
They was talking about he run a
Rager?
4.3 or this. He looks slow.
It was everything.
He looks slow.
He don't run no 4.3.
He
Like he don't no 4.3 runner.
Yeah, with track spikes.
Not with
I
no
don't
football
know where they
pads
got
on.
that from.
He couldn't catch. He couldn't run routes. He couldn't get separated. He couldn't do anything. Like nothing an NFL wide receiver is supposed to do. He did well. He couldn't even feel punch right.
I still don't even know how. I don't even know how Justin Jefferson even fell that far. That's what I was really confused.
I was shocked CeeDee Lamb was taking over him in that draft. I was.
The scouts were saying that Justin Jefferson couldn't play outside, but I'm watching him week in and week out on the outside, just shifting corners and getting wide open. So I don't understand where that scouting
at
came
LSU
from.
and the SEC. No, mind you, like that's the best conference in college football.
But the thing that these scouts don't realize is when he was at LSU, he was playing with fucking Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Who's just as good as him. So he was just working in the slot. He didn't need to go out. He didn't need to go outside. Why would he go outside? So they use that to say he can't play outside, which is idiotic to me.
That's stupid. It was so bad that Minnesota's GM and head coach laughed at us.
I will never forget that video of Minnesota's front office when we took Rager. They were like, "Holy shit, Justin Jefferson just fell to us." They were like,
they were getting ready. They were getting ready to just go to a whole nother position. They were convinced that we were going to draft Jefferson. So was 100% of Eagles fans.
It's ridiculous.
It was the easiest decision ever.
I couldn't believe it.
It was so easy.
But I think what goes kind of understated at the point in 2019, I was a big Carson Wentz defender. Me and Jalen had a bunch of arguments about this, but
dude, my father almost kicked this man out.
Yeah,
his dad almost. He would take Wentz over Russ
in 2019. Yes, I said that.
I probably would have too at that time.
I mean, after
2019,
18.
I liked Wentz. I was a Wentz guy too.
Not over Russ. Not over Russ at that time.
What was Russ doing in 2019?
He was a defender guy, like that.
Throwing deep balls. Like that's all he was doing.
Yeah, but and the same Russ cooked us that year.
We never beat the Seahawks though.
Yeah, no, we've
never beaten them, so I don't have any.
However,
they're the better bird because they're the better bird.
County like killed Wentz.
Me and Jalen were at that game, right there in the end zone. We got to see Josh McCown in a playoff game.
Oh yeah,
I'd have left right after that. I ain't gonna lie.
We thought Wentz was coming back. We didn't know he was out until the third quarter.
We didn't know he's out till the second half.
To the second half.
The second I see Josh McCown walk out of the field, I'm out. I'm not watching.
Because we see him walk because we didn't even know what happened. Mind you, it wasn't like a thing that he was down for a while. Like, he got right back up. So I'm like, oh, he's straight, you know? And then all of a sudden I see him taking snaps. I'm like, what is happening right now?
Yep, concussed.
And then I see him walk into the locker room. I'm like, there's no way this man is out right now, right? Like, there's no way this is happening. And then, not to mind you, Josh McCown tore his hamstring in that game, and that's a quarterback with a torn hamstring in a playoff game.
That's because he should have just never been in. He should have just never had a jersey. Period. That's why.
So like those 2 years, backup. But what goes understated is that I honestly think, as bad as Howie Roseman has been so far at drafting skill players. I don't think drafting Miles Sanders wasn't a bad pickup at all, even though he's gone now. Best of luck to him in Carolina. But I think he saw something. He saw that regression in Wentz that was happening going into 2020, which made him take Jalen Hurts in the second round. Like,
I still don't understand why they paid him the day before the draft and then drafted Jalen Hurts. It still doesn't make no sense to me.
Though. I never got that.
And that's why when I'm thinking about Wentz, like, I would be tight. I'll be pissed too. Y'all just paid me and y'all drafted a quarterback. Why?
It was because of it. He couldn't stay on the field.
But you got paid.
But if you're gonna draft a quarterback, that's gonna be his backup. Don't draft him in the fucking second round. Draft him in like the fifth round, where it's not gonna be controversy.
What is your issue? You're
the starter. You are the starter. You are going. Everyone knows you're the starter. Like, there's no QB. There was no QB competition when Jalen Hurts went in there. Carson Wentz made it a QB competition with his attitude. There was no QB competition.
Aaron Rodgers, they have never drafted an offensive player in the first round. And then they go ahead and draft
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love. And then what did A-Rod do? He went
back-to-back MVPs, bro. Back-to-back MVPs.
It's a difference, bro. It's a difference.
Like, he went in there like
you're talking about two guys that are cut from completely different cloths. So that doesn't even correlate.
But Carson Wentz had an MVP caliber year at all. Like, it wasn't like Carson Wentz was like it was like a Daniel Jones.
Yeah, how long ago was that MVP caliber year to when they paid him?
It was a year and a half, 2 years.
I don't know why.
It was because he got the MVP caliber year was 2017, 2018. He got paid in 2019.
Wentz was never good in my opinion, though.
That's cap. He was.
What?
No, he wasn't, bro.
That's cap.
He was never good in my opinion.
Come on, don't say
so
that.
He wasn't good when they were fucking like 14-1. He wasn't good that year.
No, bro. That was all Dougie P, bro. That was all Dougie P.
Yo, and wasn't that the same guy that was sitting in your backseat that said we should have never traded Wentz?
Who said that?
I ain't say that. You got no receipt.
Was that the same guy?
I never said that. Me personally, I never said that.
What?
Bro, I wanted to pack Wentz bags myself in 2020.
Bro, what?
Roy, you tripping, man.
I keep receipts.
He wasn't good that year.
In 2017, he was the best quarterback in the NFL that year.
No, he wasn't, bro. It was Patty.
He was MVP. What are you talking about?
Patty wasn't in the league, you dumbo.
Yes, he was, bro.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, as a backup. He was backing up Alex Smith that year.
Patty, bro.
Bro.
Hey,
right,
man, come on.
Wentz was the MVP
that
year.
He tried to throw a straight at Danny Dimes. I ain't like that, bro.
Who tried to throw a straight at Danny Dimes?
I did, because he
didn't have to do that.
What are we talking about?
He paid.
So you say ridiculous statements to try to get back at me? That's awful. That's terrible.
That's awful.
Same thing might happen to him to happen to Wentz. They paid him.
Really
now you gonna stick?
No,
but that rookie year again.
The thing is,
all these picks, turning the ball over fumbles. Let's see
The difference is Wentz was an MVP. Wentz was up here. Daniel Jones has been middle of the pack since he came into the league. Like, he don't deserve 45 a year. So what are we talking about? Like, you say he wasn't good.
Y'all paid him 45 and then franchise tag the best player on your team. Talking to me about what y'all doing.
Man,
I'll be honest here. It's a whole bunch of Eagles fans. I'm a Giants fan, so y'all got it. Y'all kumbaya.
We just talking about free agency. Tell us what's your tag free agency?
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, Darius Slayton, if y'all let him go, I would have been pissed for y'all. Because how y'all gonna sign Bradbury and get rid of y'all captain? That made no sense to me.
No, yeah, I agree. Like, if you were gonna keep a cornerback, it definitely had to be Slay.
I would have kept Slay.
100%.
Yeah,
I agree.
100%.
I would have kept Slay and drafted a cornerback.
100%. Yeah. I agree.
I'm with you on that.
I'm sure all of these guys.
I still feel like y'all should have did that.
Like, they're all.
I thought that's what we were gonna do.
Yeah, everyone did.
Honestly, I feel like y'all should have just kept Slay, got rid of Bradbury.
I honestly wasn't big on Bradbury. I mean, he was
solid. I wasn't big on Freon either.
I was okay. I was okay with it
because he's so much older. Like, we were talking about that. He's older.
Yeah.
You know.
Man, he ain't that old.
He's 30.
Bradbury's
Slay's
30.
older than
Slay's
him.
older. Slay's
Yeah.
older. Slay's
How old is
32.
Slay? Like 30?
Slay,
Yeah.
he's 32.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
Slay older
but-
than him,
so
so
much better though.
But Slay is a better,
Slay's better.
Slay's better.
Slay's
He's
better.
just better.
And Slay hasn't showed any sign of slowing down, to be honest with you.
No, he hasn't.
No.
At all.
I think they're like kind of like here, honestly.
What, Slay and Bradbury?
Slay's definitely
Yeah.
But you haven't been the biggest Slay fan that we know of anyway, so I
No,
can
I
understand
love
why you
Slay, but I think that I think that they're both like.
You think talent level Slay is like they're here?
I think they're both like top tier corners.
Oh, I agree with that, but I think Slay is like better than Bradbury. I think that's like no conversation.
I think that too, but I think he's better.
Like,
I think
when you say
I think it's
they're a
closer than
top-tier
you're
duo.
making it. I think it's closer than you're making it.
Oh no, because I think as a number one, Bradbury is getting cooked by some of these corners that Slay like. Bradbury's getting torched by Justin Jefferson. I'm gonna say that right now. If he's not locking up Justin Jefferson the way Darius Slay did. I fully agree with that. That's my opinion on that. However,
So you feel like Bradbury and Slay on the same level? You feel like Bradbury and Slay on the same level, Ant?
and
Yeah,
you're telling me like this is the
wasn't
first time I've heard of
Bradbury
it.
all pro?
So
Yeah,
when you
like,
think
what are we
of-
talking
All
when you
pro
about
think
because
when
of
you think-
Slay.
when you think of top 5 corners, Bradbury
He's an
and
all
Slay
pro
in the
because
same
of Slay.
competition? Top
Are we
corners in
not?
the league.
Yeah, what do you mean? Like I don't get it. Like I don't get why that's so crazy.
What?
So
What's
Bradbury wasn't a number one corner shutting guys down in New York. He wasn't doing that.
Bradbury was listen. Bradbury it wasn't an all pro until he teamed up with Slay.
So he wasn't an all pro in New York.
Roy, you can check me if I'm wrong. He wasn't an all pro though. He was not an all pro.
Was Slay an all pro in Philly?
It goes, bro. They're a tandem. They're the best tandem. But when you look at elite corner, how many times Slay been in a Pro Bowl? 5 times, right?
Yes.
5 times. How many times was he all pro before that? Was he not all pro in Detroit?
Yeah, he
One
was.
year.
Yeah, he was.
But that's my point, bro. That's already 2 times all pro. Bradbury was never an all pro until he got with Slay. Slay made it easy for him. Like Slay made it easy. You're telling me that on the same level, like you think Bradbury can be a number one corner on a Super Bowl caliber team?
Why not?
I'm asking you a question.
Yes, I think he can. Can Slay? Because I haven't seen it.
I do
He
think
was.
I do think Bradbury could be the number one corner in a Super Bowl caliber
By
team.
himself.
But,
Slay by himself?
Mm-mm. But
Like
Slay-
Bradbury's
Slay
not
was
next to
all
him.
pro.
Slay is better.
We got
That's
Sidney
not
Jones
worked
next
out.
to him. We going to the Super Bowl?
No.
So what do you mean?
No, look, bro. I think you're like that's the first time I've heard that Bradbury and Slay were on the same level of corner.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I've never heard. I mean, if that's your opinion,
Nah.
you can rock with that. I ain't gonna agree with it because I think Slay is like clearly better than Bradbury. I thought that was like a non-negotiable right there, but obviously not. Jesus. Okay. What other moves? What other moves?
All I said was it's closer than you think it is. I didn't say that Bradbury was better than him. I never said
You said
that.
he was here.
You said he's here though.
Yes, I
went
said
here.
they're on the same level.
went here.
Yes. And I think it's closer than you giving it credit to be. You saying he's just far and above better than him.
I think I didn't say like I think that I thought it was a non-negotiable that Slay is like clearly the better corner than Bradbury. Did I say he's
Okay.
blowing him out the water? No, I'm saying like I thought like everyone thought that Slay was just better than Bradbury. Like just like no questions asked. But obviously there's a lot of questions to be asked here, Ant,
You got it.
because I'm confused. And
got
besides that, what other moves have you guys like? Did you like bringing Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox back on one year deals?
No. Let's move away from some Eagles talk because we do
Why?
have a Giants fan here.
What
I
the-
want to talk around the league.
Okay. What are the best moves that you think has happened?
No. I don't want to say best moves. I do want to go up the turnpike, not to the Giants, but I do want to talk about the Jets.
Okay. All right.
You got me there, buddy.
You got me there, brother. The Jets being talked
I'm
about.
very curious to hear your thoughts on how the Jets will actually perform.
With Aaron Rodgers?
Wait,
Rod.
did they officially sign A-Rod?
No, but it's happening. It's
It's
obviously
gonna
happening. They're just
it's
working
all on the Packers or whatever the
Yeah.
Packers want back.
Yeah.
That's all it is. But he said I'm not playing for anybody besides the Jets this year.
Exactly. So
But
Packers are
my-
cooked. You
9
got
and
Jordan
8.
Love and no wide
Did-
receivers.
9 and
oh
8.
yeah, no,
So
Jets.
no,
Packers are cooked.
yeah.
Jets
I just-
have what? Lazard,
Jets are 9 and 8.
Brees Hall.
Who's in
No.
that?
No, they're
Who's
not.
in that
9
division?
and 8.
Dolphins,
No, they're not.
Patriots.
Dolphins,
Dolphins,
Patriots, Bills.
and Bills.
9 and 8.
They're better than the Patriots.
Yeah.
That's not. They're
Yeah,
better than
I
the
feel like
Patriots.
I feel like they get A-Rod, they're gonna be better than the Bills.
No.
Oh, whoa.
Me personally.
No, man.
Look,
I like
think
them
they're
better than the
Bro,
Dolphins.
bro,
I think
they
they'll be
was-
better
they
than the
was-
Dolphins.
They was giving the Bills work last year.
You know, there's a
No,
lot
they
of
did.
talk.
They did.
And
They
they
did
had
get
Zach
the Bills
Wilson.
work.
They
Well,
did
now you
almost
should get
win.
A-Rod.
They did
Now you
almost
should get
win.
A-Rod.
I
Better than
agree.
Bills, bro. The Bills,
I'm not gonna
the
say they're
Bills,
gonna be
they
better
still-
than the Bills,
Nah,
but
bro, the Bills so one-dimensional in my opinion, bro.
they are.
Well, we
They're
still
gonna
gotta wait
throw
to
the
see what
step
they do.
around or Josh is gonna run.
A lot of people
Still
were
haven't
talking
made no
about
moves.
the Bills getting Zeke. That was a lot of talk.
I did hear that. I don't think that's gonna make much of a difference because they choose not to run the ball to begin with.
I
And
mean,
Zeke
it
is
does-
not a back that you're gonna keep in there for an extended amount of time. He's just not a guy that's gonna like tote the rock the entire game.
Nah, he can
He's
play.
not getting 15 to 20 touches anymore.
Nah,
No,
we can switch it in. That's all.
He's a
needs.
really good third down short yardage back
Yeah.
and red zone back. He's good for that.
But it changes.
But
things.
I mean, I could be
Before,
good
they'll just throw the
trying to
ball.
get two,
Who's your back?
1
Singletary?
or 2, 3 yards.
The
Like,
whole time?
Yeah, no, single. Yeah, no, I understand. Josh
Yeah.
Allen is the running back of that team, so like
Pretty much.
he runs the ball. Now, what Rory said, the Jets did give Bills problems last year with Zach Wilson and Mike White. So like I can understand with A-Rob, and now they got Alan Lazard in the Jets at the Jets too. That
Also,
defense
Brees Hall
is stacked.
And Brees Hall's coming back. Come
And
on,
Brees Hall is coming back. Now I think they'll be better than the Dolphins. I gotta see what the Bills do. I don't know if they'll like surpass the Bills.
Also, remember that the Bills, like entire defense, they had season-ending injuries throughout their defense
Von
as well.
Miller got hurt too. So I can
Von
respect
Miller,
that. Von
I
Miller got
agree.
hurt.
I understand.
Von
That's why
Miller, Tre'Davious White,
What?
key
Hyde?
guys were out for them.
Hyde was gone.
Hyde, Micah Hyde. So
Poyer got hurt. Like, yeah, people were hurt. People were hurt. And that's why I say I can't put the Jets over the Bills. I can put them over the Patriots. And I would, with A-Rod and that, the way the team is looking up right now, I think that they could be over the Dolphins. Because as long as Tua is the quarterback. If they add somebody else, then we'll talk about that. But Tua being the quarterback of that team, I don't
Didn't
think.
they just sign a backup, or am I tripping?
The Dolphins,
Yeah,
they signed a backup
Heidi?
quarterback? No, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
or am I wrong?
They did.
They signed-
what's so bad about Tua?
He
What's
said,
so
what's
bad
so
about Tua?
He can't stay on the field. He gets hurt every 2 weeks.
Yeah, those two are the same. So that's one.
Yeah,
he gets
but
hurt and he can't stay on the field. The same thing.
I don't. He's not a quarterback that I would trust in any playoff game against any of the other quarterbacks in this conference.
Has he played in the playoff game?
I don't
that goes
care
back
what
to the first point.
he can't get hurt. He can't stay on the field. So I won't see him in a playoff game. He can't stay on the field.
I'm saying,
However-
did the Dolphins ever make the playoffs when he was a quarterback though? So I don't know. Did they ever make playoffs?
That's not what I'm saying. But
last year.
when you look at his entire conference
Not
and the AFC, what quarterback are you putting him over?
So
that
who are they
he's
going to get?
I need to see to believe, man. I need to see to believe. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think,
in this case, I need to see
I
it.
think he's not. I think he can win some games against these guys. Like he has the talent around him.
if you're saying he can win some games against these guys, I mean, he's going to be in the AFC Championship. That's what you're saying.
Yes, he could easily
talking
make
about-
it to the AFC Championship game. I don't see why that's so far fetched.
I think it is.
With the guys he has, he can't make it there.
With him throwing the ball, no.
Yo, Ann, what you got in that? What you got in that bottle right there, bro?
With him, with Tua throwing the ball,
What you
it's
sipping
just-
on, bro?
he's
Tua's
throwing
not
60-yard curl routes.
Tua's not bad though.
I'm
So
not
you're
saying
telling me
that's
he
bad.
can't throw Tyreek Hill a hitch route, and Tyreek Hill takes it 80 yards?
He can do it, sure, but you do realize when it comes down to high pressure game, defenses are taking that away.
All right,
Defenses
so
ain't like
So Tyreek
What?
Hill can't get open?
So I
Jalen
got
I'm
a
Waddle
not
can't get
question.
saying he
open.
can't.
Just like he
It's
can
about
get open.
it's about
This
Tua
might sound
delivering him
crazy.
the ball.
Hold on. This might sound crazy. So what
What?
about the 49ers? They had Prudy, whatever his name is.
Purdy?
Purdy.
Prudy.
Prudy. Bro, whatever boy name is, bro. So what's the difference, bro? He had weapons.
That's what I'm saying.
But what
I'm
are you
saying, what's the
saying?
difference? What's
Yeah,
What are
the
you
but
difference?
saying?
What's the difference between Purdy and Tua?
It don't matter what weapons he got if he can't elevate them. It don't matter what they put around. It's like they put the weapons around Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts himself got better. If Jalen Hurts was the same way he was last year, we ain't making it to the Super Bowl. Am I wrong on that?
Tyreek Hill went to the Dolphins and had a fucking career year with Tua as his quarterback.
That's awesome. That is
I'm
great.
confused.
That's
I'm
sick.
confused though. I'm still
So,
confused.
how can Tua not
What's the
elevate his
difference?
guys if Tyreek Hill goes there and
Bro,
he plays
bro.
the exact same way he was playing in Kansas City?
Okay, when you look at the entirety of the AFC,
Yes.
the Dolphins with Tua, will they beat Patrick Mahomes in a playoff series, in a playoff game?
They can beat them, yes.
Are you taking Dolphins with Tua over Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs?
I'm picking the Chiefs. The Dolphins can win.
Disagree. The Bills.
Yes, they can beat the Bills. They
the
they
Dolphins
played them and they're in the same fucking
Yeah.
division.
I think
they
the
beat them
Bills
last year.
The Bills are beatable.
The Bills can beat the Bills.
I'm throwing teams out there that's in his conference that he's gonna have to play against. The Bengals.
Yes.
Bro.
No, man, the Dolphins are a good
Hell
team
no.
to be able to beat anyone.
Yes,
Bro,
they can
I'm just-
beat them. I
bro,
don't understand
Bro,
what we're talking about. Like, I don't
what
what?
Ann is trying to say is like Tua is not ass. You're trying to make him seem like he's
I'm
this
not
ass
saying
quarterback.
that. I'm not saying
He's not-
Tua's
Tua's
problem
not
is
ass, but he's not better than Burrow.
he just
He's
can't
not
stay on the
better.
field.
I'm not saying he's better
That's
than
all it
Burrow,
is.
but I'm saying if Tua's on the field against Burrow in a playoff game, he can beat him.
what I'm saying, what my argument is that all these teams, the Chiefs, the Bengals, Bills, they all have great teams as well, but they all have superior quarterbacks to Tua. That's what I'm saying. Coaching. That's what puts them over the edge. For me, that's what I'm saying. He won't beat them. Like Tua is. I'm not saying he sucks, but Tua's like the fourth best quarterback in that conference. Fourth or fifth. If Lamar Jackson is standing there, I'm taking Lamar Jackson. Like I'm taking Lamar over Tua. You're not going to disagree with this, right?
I didn't say anything.
No.
I like Lamar.
I didn't say anything.
We argued about Lamar. Me,
I didn't say anything.
you, and Rory.
I like
So you about
Lamar.
to say-
Lamar's my
you
guy.
about to say
I
he
love
like-
Lamar. I love
Lamar's
Lamar.
my
So I'm
guy.
putting Lamar over anybody.
I'll take
Okay.
Lamar.
So what's with the facial
But if it's the
expression?
Ravens versus the Dolphins, you're not gonna just tell me, oh, the Ravens is gonna beat them easily.
Same time, Lamar
If-
hasn't beat the
If
Dolphins in how many years?
Lamar is on the field against Tua, I'm picking the Ravens. I am picking the Ravens.
And the
But
Dolphins can beat them.
They lost to him last year.
The Dolphins can beat them.
Oh,
Lamar's
yeah,
the better
I'm not
QB.
saying they didn't.
I don't know why it's so crazy
And
to
he
say
lost
that
to
the
the
Dolphins
Tua-
can beat these teams.
And I'm not saying you're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they can't beat them. What I'm saying is all these teams have they're good players. They're good teams all the way around. Their quarterbacks are better than Tua, which puts them over the edge. And the coaches are better than Tua's coach. That's why I'm
McDaniel's a
saying
bad coach?
Huh?
McDaniel's a bad coach?
over Zach Taylor, Andy Reid, John Harbaugh, Sean McDermott. He's definitely not better than them.
Yeah, can I ask a question?
Well, also, by the way,
Harbaugh looking these couple years, he be wilding.
By the way,
let me
we're
ask the
also
question.
forgetting about Jacksonville. By the way, we're gonna forget about Jacksonville with Calvin Ridley now, and that defense.
What about
Is Trevor Lawrence not elevated, especially in the second half of the year, to be considered possibly going to be better than Tua at some point?
I think
if
he's
not
better
already.
than Tua right now.
Yeah.
Yo,
So
can
my
I ask a
point-
question though?
What's up?
The game we lost last year in the playoffs, the Bucks and the Eagles. Those rosters on paper, who would you say is better, minus the QBs?
Bucks and the
The
Eagles.
Bucks.
Wait,
Oh, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
well, you mean the one that we lost last year?
Yeah, on
Yeah,
paper.
Oh,
last year.
the
The defense, offense.
The Bucks were better
The Bucks.
The Bucks are better on paper.
Yeah.
all the way around. Yeah. What is that? What is that?
Yeah, I'm
No, 'cause
confused on what you asking.
No, because I thought that we were better on paper.
Huh?
I thought we were better on paper
Last year?
as far as as far as like playmakers, defense, I thought we were better. And the
Tom
difference
Brady,
that
Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Leonard Fournette.
Bro, are you crazy?
Yeah,
What's
you
in your
smoking. You
cup?
Yo,
smoking. You high.
yo, are you
What's in
good,
your
bro?
cup?
Yo,
Yeah,
did
you're
you finish that
wildin'.
The
Modelo,
Bucks had Gronk,
oh no,
Mike
yeah.
Evans,
Never
You
mind.
want to talk
Chris
about the defense
Godwin,
too?
Leonard
Yo,
Fournette.
Caleb, when you
There,
edit like
Paul.
because
What?
No, this is gonna be what we leave with on social media.
Bro, you do realize we
Nah,
lost. We were down like 30-0 at the end of the third quarter, right?
I forgot about Grant. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Wow.
Wait,
Yo.
but take away Gronk, they still have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Fournette, like Brady.
Like,
had-
he said minus the quarterback. Well, I'm with you. You say minus the quarterback, but
Okay.
they were way better than us.
Defensively,
My
they had
bad.
the best defense in the league. They had Devin
It
White,
was elite.
JPP, Shaq Barrett,
Shaq Barrett,
Jordan
My bad.
Whitehead.
My bad.
Yeah, you cooked.
Okay.
You cooked over there
Sorry.
in Cali.
Nah, keep cooking them. Keep cooking them.
I was like, hold on, where's this going? I was like, where's this going right now?
See, I
Okay.
thought
He paused the whole
we were better
topic
slightly
to
on
ask that
paper.
question.
That's why we were still able to have that game. It just came down to Brady being Brady. That's what we thought.
Oh
going
no,
into that
Hell
game.
no,
Oh,
that must
they
have
were
been what you
better.
thought. I just thought they was
Better.
over us. We had no business
What?
being there.
I would agree with your point. I would agree with your point if it was a close game. Like if it was a close game,
But this was before. We're not talking about the thought after the game. Before the game, we thought if we, it was a chance that we could have won that game.
Yeah, if we played the way we're supposed to play, which was run the ball, keep the ball
Run the
away
ball,
from Brady.
right.
We didn't do that.
Right.
So we lost 30-0. We was down 30-0 at the end of the third quarter. That's why.
You want to talk about one-dimensional? We were one-dimensional last year. We were run the ball. Like no one could stop our run. But the thing is, when it came down to it, they stopped.
You can't run your way to a chip.
Yeah, you're not running your way to a championship anymore. It's just not happening. Like you have to have, especially down 30, you ain't running the ball anymore. You got to pass. So
Jalen wasn't there.
Jaden wasn't there, which proves
That's what I'm saying. Minus another quarterback that wasn't Brady, there was a chance that we could have won that game.
You saying
that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like with Tua, I feel like it just depends on who's on the other side or on the sideline.
I think so. I agree. I think it depends on who's on the other side. I'm not like listen. I'm not trying to talk trash about Tua. I think
because
he's a good quarterback. I'm not saying he sucks.
I think with your example, Jay, no, I'm not with that.
All right, no.
You got to give me a better matchup.
No, I said it was outlandish. I apologize. When you guys start naming the names, I'm like, cut this.
Yeah.
But on paper, they have slightly better rosters than some of the teams that you guys were naming. But it comes down to Tua. That's what I'm saying. It's going to come down to Tua.
The Dolphins have slightly better rosters than the Ravens. They have a better roster than the Ravens.
Tua just has to stay on the field, bro.
I think on defense they have a better roster now than the Bengals.
Wasn't Miami beating the Bengals before Tua got that concussion, that nasty ass concussion? It was.
Nah, I think I was like, nah, I don't think they were.
Nah, they was winning. They was winning.
Early in the game.
Yeah, like I was like first quarter, wasn't it?
No, like second, almost close to halftime.
It was early in the game.
Yeah, I mean, Bengals are a second half team to begin with, anyway. So
I think they were winning. Yeah, I think you're right.
They maybe could.
That's not my point though. That's not my point. You said Tua can't win games like that, but he's winning the game, bro.
Bro,
he's winning the game. He hasn't won.
But that's not my point. You saying Tua can't win games, so Tua stayed in the game.
Said,
I'll say they would have won.
That's
what you said. That's what you said.
I never said he couldn't win games. I said I am not choosing him to win the game over those guys because it ultimately comes down to the quarterback. And I'm taking every single one of those quarterbacks over Tua. That's what I'm saying. I am trusting all of them guys over Tua.
And I guess what I'm saying is if Tua went up against Joe Burrow and won, I would not be shocked.
I'm not saying you're wrong about that. It's the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen.
Right.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is, if I'm going into this game, I'm taking Pat money line every time. I'm taking
Yes.
Joe money line every time. I'm taking Lamar a little shaky. I don't know because I'm being biased. I'm not really a Lamar fan.
I'm not, but I'm still
I don't
taking
like
him.
his team.
It
So
go
I
either way.
might actually, I would pick the Dolphins over the Ravens because I don't like this team.
In my opinion, if you
I'm
put
saying
Lamar on
Lamar has
putting
nobody
money
to throw the
on
ball
it,
to.
Never
you're not giving teams
He
plus
never
points. If you're putting money on it for someone to win, come on, we know who you guys would take. Don't do that.
I told you I would take.
So you're taking two over Pat.
No, I told you I was going to take Pat.
But you're saying they can win.
Yes.
Right.
Like, I would not be shocked if
I
they
don't
went in there
disagree.
and beat
I
them.
don't disagree.
Okay, I'm not saying like it's any given Sunday, so anything could happen. But am I trusting it to happen? No, not at all. Like, no shot that I'm taking two in any game over Patrick Mahomes, or Joe Burrow, or Josh Allen, or Lamar Jackson, or Trevor Lawrence, or like that's.
We're just talking
I'm also putting Justin
QB.
Herbert
I mean,
over.
like
I'm also putting Justin Herbert over Tua. By the way,
Okay.
just so y'all know, like, you know what I mean.
All right.
Like,
It's a
You
QB league
you
now,
see who
man.
Justin Herbert's coach is, right?
I ain't taking Justin Herbert.
You see who
Over
his
Tua?
coach is, right? And you saw what
I
they
love
just did
Herbert.
against Trevor Lawrence.
over Tua, you ain't taking Justin Herbert.
Yo, we forgot about Trevor.
Wow, we
We've been
did.
talking about, we've been talking about him.
I said it.
But I'm just
Trevor.
saying, you know who the Chargers coach is, right?
I do.
Comes down to coaching,
And
bro.
you know what team we talking about? The Chargers.
I know.
Old artists.
I know what you're saying. I'm talking strictly quarterbacks here, and this point that I'm making, I'm just talking strictly quarterbacks. That Justin Herbert is better than Tua, right? Right?
No.
Yes, he's better than him. He's better than him.
Yeah, I give Herbert the edge.
Rory.
I give Herbert the edge.
What have Herbert done, bro?
What has
Rory?
I'm not
What has
arguing
Tua done?
this. I'm
What
not
has
even
Tua
arguing.
done?
Next.
They both haven't
Next.
done anything. So at that
Next.
point, it's your opinion.
No, I
Justin Herbert's better
I
than
think as a
Tua.
player,
Justin Herbert's better than Tua. That's not a discussion right there,
I'm
bro.
not arguing
I think
that.
talent-wise, Herbert does have the edge.
Yeah, I ain't
But
arguing
like
that.
both teams,
That's crazy.
Like the same argument we had last year. How you say Herbert's better than Lamar?
He's not better than Lamar. I'm not going there. Nope. Sorry.
Look at Caleb. Cause you know he.
Nope.
Bro, come on, bro. Herbert
Yeah,
better than Lamar is crazy.
I ain't going there today.
No.
yeah,
He
What
is
else we
not
got?
better than him. Let Lamar get
Yeah,
Keenan Allen and Mike Williams and Eckler out the backfield. Let's see what he does. And let's see what Justin Herbert does with
Justin
Mark
Herbert
Andrews.
get Lamar coaching.
What? They run the ball 50 times a game.
Bro,
I don't know what you're talking about.
He didn't always have. They didn't always have that. They suited it. They suited the offense for him. He didn't always have a QB.
So you're saying a coach that can suit the weapons around quarterback.
You want to Super Bowl with Joe
You
Flacco?
said what?
So basically, what you're saying is, if I put Justin Herbert on the Ravens, I got to get a whole new team.
Not a whole new. No.
Yeah, so I'm saying put Justin Herbert on the Ravens, and let's see what he does. What is he gonna do with those guys?
I don't know, man.
I don't know either. I really don't know. I think he might be worse off than Lamar is in LA.
Yo,
Because guess what? Lamar has that Justin Herbert don't got.
Hold on. You're saying put Justin Herbert on the Ravens, and you don't know what he'll do. You don't know what Lamar will do with these weapons. You haven't seen him throw the ball to these weapons before, and we already know the questions that I have about Lamar's passing game. I don't think he's a better.
I think if he got Keenan
I feel like it's
Allen
mid.
and
like
Mike
good
Williams, I think he'll be fine. I just think he'll be fine.
Yeah,
and he got Eckler come out the backfield. Eckler come out the backfield.
You said what?
I feel like Lamar's arm is mid. It's not the greatest arm, but it's mid.
I thought you were talking about Justin. I was about to walk out.
No. Walk out where? You already outside.
No, I don't think he has a bad arm. I think he's inaccurate. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he has an accurate.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Lamar's inaccurate.
I feel like it's mid. It's like it's not the worst arm in the world. Like, yeah, he can make more adjustments. Like, but he does overshoot a lot of players. Not gonna lie, his wide receivers
So
do overthrow the ball a lot.
so you want to give a mid-level throwing the football quarterback those weapons and expect him to do something with it?
But like he don't have weapons to throw the ball down the field. That's what I'm saying. So he's not
Who they want to
used
throw the
to
ball
it.
to now?
And
What about
but
Mark
but
Andrews,
you're
and that's it.
That's what
and
that's
but
what I'm
you're
saying. That's what I'm trying
assuming
to say, Caleb. That's what I'm trying
what
to say. Like he don't have those weapons to throw the ball down the field. Because
I
if you
understand.
look at their games, they literally just do short passes. They probably do like 2 deep balls
His wide
all
I
receivers
game.
can't get
understand that. I
open.
understand that. I understand that. But you're saying you're assuming Justin Herbert wouldn't be that good in the Ravens system. How are you assuming Lamar's going to be good in the Chargers system with the Chargers team? That's what I'm trying to
Because
say.
he adds another element
He
that
has
Justin Herbert
weapons. He
can't
has
add
weapons.
to his game. He can run with the ball as well out the backfield as
You
a
do
quarterback.
realize the games that Lamar has lost, they have shut that down. The run, they've shut it down. They have made him a passer, and he hasn't come through. Like
Yeah, because he's throwing
we've
the
talked about this
fucking
numerous
Devin
times.
Duvernay and Marcus Bateman.
You are
Let
bro,
him throw to Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, who
it's
can
not
get
even
open.
the fact. It's not even the fact that he's throwing accurate balls and they're dropping it. He's been inaccurate. He has terrible footwork in the pocket. Like are we arguing this? He's not an
No,
accurate
I'm
passer.
saying if I have Devin Duvernay and Marcus Bateman on the outside compared to Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, who do we think is going to be better throwing the ball? It's easier to throw the ball to someone when they're open.
Bro, we've seen numerous times, at least I have, numerous times where guys have been running scot-free and he's missed them. He's overthrown a lot of guys. He's underthrown a lot of guys. Like, what? How many times have you seen Mark Andrews running up the seam and he has to come back for a ball when he's wide open? Like, he has terrible footwork in the pocket. He just flings the ball. Yeah, is he an electric player because he can run the football? Of course, I'm not saying that. But the times that he's lost games, they have shut that down. Yeah, you want to talk about his weapons? Sure. But who's to say when, if you're telling me I need somebody to throw me to a victory, I am taking Justin Herbert. I don't care if he's on the Ravens or the Chargers, because I know he can do it. He's missed Keenan Allen and Mike Williams numerous times. Who's like, Keenan Allen was hurt for the first part of the season.
And how
Mike
many
Williams
passes
came down
did
the
Eckler
field.
catch? 15.
Now we're moving the
So
goalposts.
I don't know. You don't throw one of those guys on the outside when those guys aren't there. How many times do you throw the ball out there? He's throwing swing passes to Eckler.
He is not getting 350, 400 yards a game by throwing swing passes to Eckler, bro.
Eckler's getting fucking 15 catches for 110 yards. Yes.
Where the other 250 coming from?
Deep balls. Give me times he threw for 350 yards with no Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, and I'll shut up.
Bro, I'm looking at it right now, brother. Y'all keep talking.
I want to know. I want to know. 350 without his two best weapons? Oh, I need to know this. Maybe I don't watch enough. Enlightened.
Bro, yeah.
That's crazy. Y'all trying to tell me Lamar Jackson gets Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, and y'all think he's gonna be just fine?
What is just fine? Winning the same amount of games that he does now?
Yeah, winning more than Justin Herbert.
Huh?
Winning more than Justin Herbert.
Well, to be fair, I do think that falls a lot on the Chargers defense and their head coaching. I do like the Chargers in hindsight, and I love Justin Herbert. He has the best weapons.
He did what he had to do in that playoff.
He does what he got. Yeah, man. He has the greatest weapons. I mean, I love Keenan Allen.
Y'all saw him in the second half?
The defense let up like the 35-40 in the second
You
half.
gonna blame Justin Herbert for that loss?
I didn't blame him. I just said, did y'all see him in the second? I just asked the question.
I think
What did he do in the second half?
I think Herbert had 2
implying.
touchdowns and then like 2 rushing Eckler had 2 rushing or something like that. And Trev
Talking
had
about when Jacksonville came back?
receptions. And then
When they came back down 30, yes. You're not putting that on Justin Herbert, right?
I think that's the equivalent of like you trying to say like
Bro, he put up 30
I'm gonna blame Hurts in the Super Bowl because Kansas City came back 10. That was all Gannon. That was all the defense the whole time. So like, it goes both ways there. That's straight up like that Chargers defense folds every time. Doesn't support Herbert, but he's a great player. Like,
bro, there's no way.
Y'all got it.
There's no way you can tell me when a quarterback puts up 30 points in the first half, in the second half, the team comes back from 30, you could put that on the quarterback.
I didn't put
You gotta
anything
put on
him. I just asked a question. Did y'all see him in the second half? That's all I said. That's all I said.
Yeah, but if you asking that question, you're implying that he was bad in the second half.
Yeah.
Was he good in the second half?
Could his defense?
No,
he wasn't bad.
No,
I'm asking, was he good in the second half?
No, he wasn't. But was Trevor Lawrence good in the first half?
No, he threw fucking 4 interceptions,
4 picks.
It was like 5. It was like 5.
Yeah, it might have been 5. 4 and a fumble.
If Justin Herbert's so good, score 50. You scored 30.
That's what I'm saying. You can't you got to put that on the offensive coordinator too, though, because he's not like trying to bro. How you not score barely no points in the second half? Shit's crazy.
Justin Herbert threw 7 passes or something like that in the second half. All they tried to do was run the ball.
That's what I'm saying. You have to put that on the OC, bro. You have to put that on the OC
too, man.
Don't put that on Herbert.
You can't put that on the quarterback. That's the same thing. That's the same thing. People try to put on Hurts. You can't put that on Hurts. You got to put that. All right. Granted that the Eagles defense gave up that many points, but still, you have to fucking score, bro.
That defense.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with basketball, bro. You have to put the ball in the hoop, bro, to win the game.
Yeah, the object of the game is to score.
You have to
if you score 30 in the first half, what's stopping you from scoring 50?
Oh, but that's what I'm saying. But that's not him. If it was up to Justin, I'm pretty sure he would have threw the ball every other play.
Yeah.
But they threw 7
times. He gets to play. Why can't he switch out of it? I'm asking.
And
I feel like
I'm asking.
Me personally, why
can't he switch out of it?
You can say that about a lot of games. You can say that.
Yes, you can say that about a lot of games.
With us. Why the hell, Jonathan, are you trying to put us in zone?
And what did I say? If I'm TJ Edwards, I'm saying fuck the zone. Right. Playing man to man.
That's another thing. As far as players and coaches, yes, you can call a game as a coach, but the players on the field, they should be able to say, you know what, I see this. I'm the captain. We going to do this. And if we lose this game, then it's on me. You're right, But at the same token, Justin, I don't really think he has that luxury yet, bro. Like, he doesn't have that luxury Brady does. A-Rod does.
On a rookie contract,
to say, bro, he don't got that luxury to say, no, we're going to do this.
He don't have the luxury to say,
like Lamar.
I'm throwing the ball here.
Lamar does that. He says, nah, coach, we doing this. Coach literally asks him, nah, you want to run the ball, Lamar?
And what kind of deal is Lamar on?
but bro,
franchise tag.
He got the MVP.
And he's
is Justin Herbert not the face of the Chargers? Is he not the face of the Chargers?
Yeah, he's still got a rookie deal though. He's still
not. I don't think on the same token as he is like Lamar.
You can't say rookie deal. You can't even say rookie deal though, because Lamar got the MVP.
He's on the same face.
Lamar won an MVP. Lamar clearly has more leeway than Justin Herbert.
Yeah. Exactly. You feel me?
Whatever. He don't got leeway with a coach that goes for it on 4th down like a maniac and loses them games. He has no leeway. Okay.
He's told the coach, let's go for it, and the coach said, nah, get off the field. What, like,
maybe the coach learned from his dumbass mistakes.
But see, like, you're admitting, like, it's on the coaching.
Bro, everything. I feel like football is more coaching than players.
For sure.
It's different from basketball.
Like,
basketball
is
more players than
our defense was so talented in the Super Bowl. We had the number 1 defense, the most talented defense. Gannon is awful, and our defense makes up for it. But in that Super Bowl, it was just different, man. Like, that was just Gannon calling the wrong plays every time, bro. Like, I had to see Juju and Tony walk into the end zone, like.
Yo,
and that's on Gannon?
Juju went to the Patriots?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Those touchdowns they scored at the goal line, that's on Gannon. When we fucked up when the players fucked up on that play twice, that's on Gannon.
Did he make any adjustments in the second half?
Hold on, no. I'm asking a specific question. After they scored the first touchdown on that
They
play, right?
ran the same play on both sides, back-to-back drives.
And that's on Gannon.
It was the same look. He didn't adjust.
He didn't adjust, or the players didn't adjust.
They were toying with us, bro. He had them in man at the goal line. They're trying to get all the way across the formation to be able to cover Tony, and they're sticking their foot in the ground and coming back out.
Bro, even if it was on the players and your job again, you see this going down, not the first time, but the second time, you don't call timeout to get your defense in order. That's on coaching.
So you telling me the first time it happened, he didn't go. So hold on. So the first time it happened, you're saying, oh, he didn't say, okay, in the goal line, when they get down to the goal line, watch out for them doing that shit again. And we got burned on it again.
We don't know if he did or not. We don't know that.
So why are you gonna say that he didn't?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying after he's seen it the first time, he's seen the look. We already seen it. Then the second time comes up. It's the same thing, just on the opposite side. You don't call timeout when you see that we're not even in order. We're in scramble mode.
If our defense is so good, right? If our defense is so good and we have these good players, why didn't they recognize it?
I can't answer that. All I can answer is for the coaching, bro.
They ran that play. They ran that play, that same play 6 times, the same formation 6 times in the first half, where they was cutting Tony and Sky Moore across the entire formation. They're not trying to let that happen. They caught us off guard twice. They're like, they see us biting so hard on that, coming across that formation and try to stop them. We're gonna stick our foot in the ground and go back the other way. They did it back-to-back drives. Jonathan Gannon gotta be like, why would you put your team in the same formation back-to-back drives?
Because I think some of y'all players are like picking, like not picking, but like screening each other, like getting stuck on each other and shit. That's why they got open. Because they wasn't scramble mode. No cat. You have to call timeout.
So timeout. Hey,
bro, niggas was just all over the place on the back in the fucking backfield.
And are you are you saying the reason why you're acting like that? Are you saying the reason why in the second half we lost that game? Are you saying it was on more the players or the coach?
No, I'm saying on those two specific plays. Mm-hmm. The first time I can understand if you get burnt. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. If they do the same thing again, why would you be expecting it? As a player,
players. Good question.
Yeah, I can't answer that.
If that happens, they're all going to go on the sideline and talk about that same thing in that situation. Yeah, if they get down to the goal line, watch out for that shit. They're going to do it again. We all played sports before. We talked like that before.
I can't answer
CJ Gardner-Johnson said about Gannon, he never put him in position to make plays. He said that. A guy that was on that defense.
Yeah. That was
a guy that played on that defense in that game said, you didn't put us in position to make plays. Whose word am I going to take for that? The guy who was actually playing. You don't hear that a lot from guys. He came out and said, you didn't put us in position to make plays. I got to take it when he was playing. Who knows what was said on the sideline? Nobody knows that. But
so he didn't put us in position to make plays is why we got burnt twice on the same play. I don't get that. That doesn't make sense to me. If something happens to me once, I'm not gonna let it happen to me again. He got to burn me going all the way across the field now. I'm not letting him dig his foot in the dirt and go the other way again. If I saw it once, and they doing the same thing again. If I'm a player,
that's you as a player. That's you as a player. But what is Gannon telling them though? That's the thing. What is Gannon telling them?
I don't know. We don't know. We have no idea. Maybe he told them watch out for it, and they still got burnt. We don't know.
Maybe he did that also.
But so I don't know. On that second play, we should all be calling that shit out. Everyone should be calling that shit out. It happened to you once before. They're doing the same thing on the other side. How are we not recognizing that?
I still think as a head coach, like if your players are not recognizing what's going on, you have to call that timeout. Like you as a head coach, you have to see that. And if
that's like in basketball, the team running the same exact play 8 times in a row, and you guard it the same way as a player, never adjust to it.
I see what you're saying. I see it.
if that happens to the Sixers, we just gonna blame Doc Rivers? Those players ain't been playing in the
Y'all
NBA
will.
long enough to know that. Oh
Y'all
shit!
will.
Maybe when they do this, they do this.
Yes.
Y'all
Right?
will.
Are we scouting as
Y'all-
players?
Y'all definitely blame Doc.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Though we're gonna blame Doc because the team ran the same play 8 times and we guarded it the same way 8 times.
Mhm.
Are we gonna put any blame on the players for guarding it the same way? Are we have any play recognition as players?
Good question.
Because I know when I played basketball in college, our coaches went over all the sets that the team would run, and once I see something going on, I'm calling it out. Yo, they doing this. Yo, this is going on. We gonna play it like this. So I don't get it. If we got burnt on that shit one time,
I think it's 60,
why is that happening again?
60 on coaching, 40 on the players.
Yeah, I'm not putting it all on the coach. The coach
I can give you that
obviously the coach gets blamed. Always. Players gotta get blamed too. I don't like when players don't get blamed.
I'm not saying that.
I'm not
they're
saying
out
the
there
players are
playing.
not at fault.
If you're smart, you're gonna see that and you're gonna say something. Yo, we in the goal line. Watch for that shit again. If they go in motion, watch it. They could dig their foot in the dirt and go backwards. Why would you let it happen again?
I heard you.
I'd rather you get burnt going across the field. Then I'll just say, oh shit, they made a good ass adjustment.
So you got it, baby. You got it.
You're right, brother. Hey, man. But it's some great conversations we had over the past 2 hours. So yeah, we've been at it quite.
Kyrie, AI, Steph.
There we go. This Kyrie AI nonsense.
Come on,
he's already
Jay.
trying to start shit.
You about to start up a
this guy's crazy.
I'm not. I don't care about your
crazy.
answers. I just want to know what you think.
Start, bench, cut.
Y'all go first. I got to think about this.
In Jay's eyes, there's 2 point guards and 1 shooting guard.
No, we'll get into that another day.
Bro, you just named 3 point guards, bro.
That's cool. I'm starting Steph. I'm benching Kyrie and AI getting the scissors. Easy for me.
Mine's the same way, but I'm flip-flopping Kyrie and stuff.
Nah, I agree with Ant.
Go ahead, Jay. Start AI. We know you love him. Go ahead.
Bench Kyrie, cut Steph.
Cut Steph. Yeah, like just do it. Just do it.
That's got to be his answer.
Yeah, that's definitely
Look at his face.
What's your answer, Jay?
We can do point guards if y'all want.
Oh, here we go. I want to hear your answer,
but
Jay.
I'm saying. Am I being biased or am I being for real?
Yo,
what? Answer the question. What are you talking about? You asked the question. Answer it.
He gonna be like start AI, bench AI.
Cut
both of them.
I start Kyrie.
No.
Okay.
I'm benching AI.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you cutting Steph. But we already knew that.
You cutting Steph. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I probably
hell no. AI getting scissors. He's definitely getting the scissors. I'm not watching
with them 3
from
Yo,
you.
Jay, why you?
Yeah.
I don't care. You also think Kyrie's better than AI
He is.
as an overall player.
He is
all time.
Yes, he's better than him.
Start, bench, cut. Dwight, Shaq.
Shaq is starting.
And
Shaq is starting. It doesn't matter who you put.
Kareem.
Start Shaq, bench Kareem, cut Dwight.
Dwight's ass. So I'm not entertaining. I'm not entertaining.
Dwight's not ass.
He's getting cut. If we're talking about Shaq and Kareem, he's getting cut. He's getting cut. In those 3, he's getting cut.
Okay, I can understand that, but you just said he was ass.
Hold on. I actually have a question. Forget that. Forget I said he's ass. Are you taking prime Dwight or Embiid?
Embiid can do more. I'll take Embiid.
I'll take Embiid.
The White's just more athletic.
Dwight more value, but if I want a center, I'm
And they
taking
And
they
Embiid.
B's more
they were they,
skilled.
it was also different times, different
No,
games.
no, and the only reason why I'm asking this is because I was in a Discord with a bunch of guys, and they thought that me and my boy are crazy for saying Embiid is better than Dwight Howard, like
No,
prime Dwight.
he is though. He is though.
Yeah, and
Overall skill, he is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's a better.
yeah,
He's a
I'm
better
just
player.
saying as a basketball player, Embiid is better than Dwight Howard. Like Dwight Howard at
Yes.
his best, Embiid at his best, Embiid's over him.
Yes.
Okay. No,
Nah,
because they
that was
had me
pretty
thinking
easy
I
though.
was crazy because Dwight
But it's
Howard took
crazy
his team
because
to an NBA Finals or
Embiid
something like
it's
that.
crazy
That's
because
all I
Embiid's
heard.
game now, back when Dwight was coming up, he would have been a forward. He wouldn't have been a
Yeah, he'd have
center.
been a four-man.
Yeah, he would have been. Yeah, right. But when you look at like they're both centers, and B can do more. He's more skilled. I'll take him over Dwight. But I don't think Dwight sucks though. I'm not gonna say that. I don't think Dwight sucks.
That's what I'm saying. Like as far as like different eras and different times and the game is involved. Steph coming
Yeah.
up, he would have been off the well, he's already off the ball, but he would have been considered a 2, just like AI was considered a 2, even though a couple years he was a 1.
You think if AI was coming up now, he'd be considered a 1?
Yeah, because it doesn't matter now.
True.
Every guard is just scoring now. It doesn't matter if you're 1 or 2.
Yeah, I don't think there's like a position that there's like a.
Hell no. If
Now it's
AI
no,
was playing now, he's a
it's really
two
no.
guard.
It's so is Kyrie a 2? Kyrie's a 2.
I consider him a two.
Yeah.
You consider him a 2?
Yeah. I'm
Right, yeah.
I'll say he's a two.
So Jay, your definition of point
That's
guard.
what I said. If AI was coming up now, he would definitely be a 2.
Like CJ
I feel like
McCollum,
the
CJ
then again,
McCollum is a two guard.
But then
Yeah.
again, I'm saying it doesn't matter because now the best scorer. Listen, this is what I'm saying. The shooting guard is usually off the ball because they're the best scorer. They want to be able to be in attack mode at all times. Every now and then they'll be on the ball. You'll see it with Kobe, Jordan, or whatever the case may have been. But usually the best scorer is off the ball. But now they have the ball in their hands and it doesn't matter now.
I think
So
Steph is
Dame a
more of
point
a
guard?
point guard than you.
Yeah, I think
think
he's more of a point guard than what you give him credit
Why?
for.
Why though?
Bro,
The year Mark Jackson was coaching, he wasn't running around off the ball, just coming off triple screens for threes. He
No,
was
but that's what
actually
I'm saying. His
handling the
game
rock,
evolved.
going in pick and roll
His game
situations and
evolved. They
making
started
reads
winning.
and all
They
that
started
shit.
being the Warriors that we see now when they had Draymond and he took them off the ball.
Yeah.
So back then, yeah, sure, he's a point guard. But
Mhm.
Steph Curry, he's not the point guard that he was when Mark Jackson was
Yeah, but
coaching.
I think, what I'm saying is, I don't think Kyrie was ever a point guard. Like he never actually had to play that, other than like the year before LeBron got there.
Nah,
But
he
other
was
than
just,
that,
bro, he was just
no.
bringing up the ball and doing whatever he wanted. He had nobody.
Yeah. But when LeBron got there, he was not the point guard. He was
Mhm.
not the point guard.
No,
Then he went to Boston. I mean, I guess you can call him the point guard because he got there. Tatum was a rookie. Jaylen Brown was
Smart there that year?
started.
yeah.
Was Smart there that year?
Yeah, Smart was there. He came off the bench.
Okay.
Dame, point guard, shooting guard.
I consider
Dame?
Dame more. I think
He's a
Dame's
point guard.
But Dame's a point guard. I think he is. I think he's a point guard that can score at a ridiculously elite level. But I think he's also a point guard.
But CJ is a two guard.
TJ is a 2 guard, yes.
What about those guys Monte Ellis and Brandon Jennings?
Two guard.
Those are
2 guards.
Two guards. Hell,
Which they
Monte
also
Ellis
had the ball in their hands for the majority of the game.
You can say that about Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah. He's a point guard.
Who?
Wait. We talking about Donovan Mitchell, right? Does he not bring the
He's
ball
not
up?
a point guard, bro.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell ain't no point guard.
got Darius
That
Garland.
motherfucker
Darius
don't
Garland.
pass. You
He
want to talk
has
about
to
bring the ball up.
He don't. Who brings the ball up? Garland.
Yeah.
But D Mitch bring it up sometimes. He's not a point guard though. Like
He's
if you
not a
watched
point
him
guard.
play, he ain't no point guard. Ain't no way.
Like a point guard to me is like Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah. Halliburton the point guard.
I just don't like him.
Garland the point guard.
I think SGA is a point guard
CP
in my eyes.
obviously.
CP, right? But like there, like what Jay, but the only thing I agree with Jay is that there's no more.
Luka's.
point
I
guards.
think Luka's a point guard.
So I think Luke was like
I'm
a point
saying.
And
guard.
Harden
Harden's a
too.
point guard.
That's what I'm
Harden's a
saying
point guard.
though. That's what I'm saying. This new age game, it doesn't matter how tall you are, what position you play.
Yeah, you
Like,
got point forwards now,
There's point forwards,
It
yeah.
doesn't matter now.
like
Like,
freaking Jokic.
Magic was the only exception. That was
Right.
the only one. Ben Simmons, like,
Ben Simmons ain't no
that's not-
point guard though.
ain't
We
no point guard, but he
we
played
not
the
doing
point.
that.
That's
No,
what I
no,
mean.
no.
Like, you know, it's no,
And you
it's
see,
all all messed up now.
but
Like,
you see what happened. He ain't no fucking point guard.
we tried the same thing with Michael Carter Williams.
But he actually played the position though. So I'm not really like, I don't really see that as like him being out of position. Ben Simmons was out of position the entire time he was in Philly.
Nah, because he was a forward at LSU,
He
right?
never played point guard a day in his life. High school, he had D'Angelo Russell. College, he was the 4-man. So I don't know how the fuck you watched him in high school, watched him in college, and then you draft the number 1 and say, oh yeah, we'll make him the point guard. He never played the fucking position before. You set him up for failure.
Right.
He don't know what the fuck to do with the ball down in the stretch of a playoff game.
Right.
What's he gonna do? He can't score. Put him on the fucking wing. Get a guard. Get an actual point guard.
I hear you. Hey man, we can wrap this up, man. It's been quite the conversations. Gonna have to fix some stuff in post, and
make sure y'all niggas come with full batteries, cause I can talk.
I had a full battery, but you know Rory came a little late, so
yeah, we know Ant could get it. You know Ant could talk. You know, Ant could.
Y'all gonna get me started.
and
But
go all night.
hey man, it was a great conversation tonight. We'll be back next week. This episode will be coming out Monday morning, ASAP, and we'll be back for episode 3 next week. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on What's Next.